D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds? So far, the CW's Arrowverse has done a really good job bringing heroes, villains, and locations to the small screen. Now, there are some characters and places that are still off limits to the shows, which is weird considering they had Tyler Hoechlin as Superman on Supergirl. While this continues to baffle us, we're still wondering if any of the other popular Easter eggs in the franchise will someday pay off like Superman's appearances in Supergirl's second season. There are Easter eggs that show up so many times, it's wonder they haven't been implemented into the shows. Now, this has happened in more than one show, but are never explored beyond the subtle mentions and quick cameos, some of which fans hope earn an official place in the Arrowverse. In this list, I'll examine some Easter eggs and their placement in the Arrowverse, and I hope that one day they teen out and lead to somewhere amazing for these shows. Hall of Justice. While it's never been called the Hall of Justice, the hangar the Arrowverse team uses as their base in the Invasion crossover certainly matches up with what we remember from the animated show. Barry tells a curious Thea he inherited the hall from Eobard Thawne's Harrison Wells, and from then on we are treated with several shots of the hangar's Hall of Justice design exterior. Following the crossover, however, the hall is never discussed again. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm hoping this will become a super team's official base before the end of it all. Justice League. In the Central City Police Department on The Flash has one of the most visually pleasing Arrowverse Easter eggs. On the main entrance's wall in the precinct is a large golden mural. The mural depicts 7 figures with the words Truth, Liberty, Justice positioned below them. Each of the 7 symbolizes a member of the Justice League. Standing in for Greek gods, production designer Tyler Herron has previously said Batman embodies Hades, Superman represents Zeus, Wonder Woman stands in for Hera, Flash is Hermes, Green Arrow is Apollo, Green Lantern symbolizes Hephaestus, and Aquaman is Poseidon. Plus, not to mention the phone in Season 2 on Earth 2. Other than the Justice Society of America, there exists no other superhero team in the Arrowverse, so these teases, as nicely as it appears, is only just a tease. Maybe that will change and the Arrowverse heroes continue to unite for crossovers every year. Batman. Inside the Arrowverse, we can't get enough of the Bruce Wayne/Batman teases. He's been alluded to in each show at least once. Until recently, Batman Easter eggs from Arrow were indirect, since mentions of characters like Oracle and Harley Quinn could only entail Batman's being active in this version of the DC mythos. Oliver's name-dropping Bruce Wayne in Season 6 only further cements the billionaire vigilante's existence. A hint from The Flash consists of the Season 1 newspaper from the future referencing a merger between Wayne Tech and Queen Inc., which could mean nothing now as the Queen name is no longer attached to a conglomerate. Supergirl's home to more interesting Easter eggs involving the Bat. Chief among them is Kara's denouncing vigilantes based on stories she's heard from Superman, who worked with one bearing tons of gadgets, lots of demons. Lobo. Most people never realize that Supergirl teased the main man in the back half of the first season. The hint was so subtle in the episode Truth, Justice, and the American Way that it's no wonder Lobo is neglected when fans discuss their favorite Arrowverse Easter eggs. In the episode, aliens previously imprisoned on Fort Ross are being murdered by an unnamed killer. Before the DEO is able to determine the identity of the vigilante, later revealed to be the former Fort Ross guard, Master Jailer, John and Alex consider possibilities. One theory has the Martian wondering about space-traveling bounty hunters, leading Alex to worriedly question,
You don't think?
No. If he were in town, we'd know.
Why Lobo hasn't appeared on Supergirl is a mystery that will hopefully be reflected. The Flash Museum. As the Flash travels back in time to save his mother in Season 1's finale, and while he's groveling through time to get a glimpse into the future, one notable Easter egg shows off the Flash Museum with a golden statue of the speedster sitting front and center. Season 2's premiere hints that the museum could become a reality when a day of celebration is held for the hero and he's given a key to Central City. Another hint in Season 3 as HR plans to open Star Labs to the public, which is explored minimally. With this track record, the Flash Museum is bound to have an Easter egg in the near future. It would be nice if the teasing was finally paid off, though this season we've seen the Trial of the Flash, which was hinted at in the run-through time along with Killer Frost. Let's see if the glimpse comes to foresight. General Zod. General Zod made his appearance in the Arrowverse via hallucination in the finale of Supergirl Season 2. Now, there is still time for General Zod to be featured on Supergirl in a more real fashion, but while battling Supergirl, Superman notes that he's already defeated Zod once. Superman is said to have spared the villain's life, so there is at least a chance of General Zod actually appearing on the show. However, it was mentioned in Season 3 that General Zod was killed, so who knows? Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn has appeared in but one episode throughout the Arrowverse's nearly 6-year history. Arrow's Suicide Squad is the show's second run. During the episode, she's heard addressing the squad as they head out for their first official mission. As the story goes, the franchise's brain trust had big plans for both Harley and Task Force X, but were halted by the development of the film. Consequently, the deranged former psychiatrist hasn't made an appearance since, and has only been recalled once by an indirect reference from John Diggle. Unfortunately, the likelihood of her ever getting even a similar scene as the one featured in Arrow Season 2 continues to wane, but another oblique nod to the character's existence in the Arrowverse does not seem too far-fetched. Wonder Woman. The Amazonian princess has had 3 Easter eggs in the Arrowverse, one of which is recent. During the Flash's Earth 2 ventures in Season 2, the Earth's Barry is shown to have a few well-known DC heroes on speed dial. One such hero is Diana, aka Wonder Woman. Considering Earth 2, Barry lacks a connection to the Speed Force. It's possible the heroes listed in his contacts aren't crime fighters either. Legends of Tomorrow has most recently dropped Continuity Bomb, confirming the existence of the Amazons, and possibly Wonder Woman as well by proxy. During the episode entitled Helen Hunt, the Legends are tasked with returning Helen of Troy to ancient Greece because she fervently pleads to not be taken to her war-riddled homeland. The Legends drop her off on Themyscira in 1253 BC. It's a reveal rivaling John Jones's unmasking in Supergirl Season 1. Oracle. Oracle Easter eggs are few and far between, but her existence in the Arrowverse is essentially confirmed. Following Felicity's being shot and subsequently paralyzed in Arrow's 4th outing, Oliver decides to give his then-fiancée a code name for her vigilante efforts. He ultimately christens the tech specialist as Overwatch, a fitting name considering her position on Team Arrow. Yet, the Emerald Archer reveals he had another title in mind before discovering the mantle is already taken, Oracle. Another recent tease doesn't offer much in the way of details about the character's presence in the Arrowverse, yet it's still an interesting Easter egg. As Felicity workshops titles for her and Curtis's impending business venture, a whiteboard is shown with a list of possibilities. Oracle is the only name legible on the board. Would the real Oracle ever appear on Arrow? It's unlikely, but as fans keep learning, anything's possible. Amazo. The entry of Anthony Ivo into Arrow Season 2 remains one of the show's premier accomplishments. He was familiar yet wildly desperate from his comic book counterpart, and it worked well within the context of the show. While differences in terms of his intentions were perfectly for storyline purposes, the absence of what Ivo could have accomplished if he'd been more comic accurate is still relevantly disappointing. The frontrunner of this disappointment is Amazo. On Arrow, Amazo is the name of Ivo's ship that sails in search of Mirakuru, the drug he believes is capable of curing his wife's mental illness. In the comics, Amazo is Ivo created android capable of replicating the power of metahumans by simply having physical contact with them. With no tease of the android or any of Ivo's other potential experiments, Ivo's debut seems little more than a pipe dream. Ted Kord. Kord Industries is frequently seen and alluded to in the Arrowverse. The conglomerate's CEO, Ted Kord, though, not so much. Ted's name has only been directly referenced once, Arrow Season 1, given the Kord Industries' repeated inclusion across both Arrow and The Flash. It's surprising more hasn't been discussed of him. Unfortunately, nothing has ever been noted of his alter ego, Blue Beetle, either. But that doesn't mean the Arrowverse will fail to formally introduce Ted or the alien technology he historically wields. It's worth recalling that Blue Beetle didn't appear in Smallville until Season 10, and it wasn't Ted Kord donning the scarab. The honor instead went to Jaime Reyes. Perhaps a similar plan is in place for the Arrowverse. Not introducing either of them in some capacity down the line seems like an opportunity the CW's superhero slate wouldn't want to abandon if given the chance. Bart Allen. Barry Allen's grandson, Bart, speedster alias Impulse, has yet to be explicitly teased in the Arrowverse. However, there are a couple of nods to the character that certainly cannot be considered coincidences. In the Arrowverse's first crossover during the Arrow episode The Brave and the Bold, Quentin Lance mistakenly refers to Barry as Bart. Yes, the latter is often used as a nickname for Bartholomew, but this particular Easter egg seems deliberate. Bart's second indirect reference takes form thanks to a year in which future Barry sends Rip Hunter a message in Legends of Tomorrow. The year is 2056. In Young Justice, 2056 is the year Bart Allen / Impulse races from the future to 2016. Truthfully, it would be more surprising if Bart never appeared on The Flash or Legends. With the wedding bells of Barry and Iris already clang, and talks of children are present, it wouldn't be too far-fetched to see Bart show up after all. Warworld. In the fourth episode of Supergirl's sophomore effort, Survivors, the show drops what could be considered one of the Arrowverse's most incredible Easter eggs. After losing to a combatant named Draga in Roulette's underground alien fight club, Supergirl gets a tip from Mon-El about how best to defeat the superior fighter. Apparently, Mon-El knows Draga from Warworld, where the enemy combatant participated in Mongols' death matches on the planet. An additional note about the planet is Superman's having traveled there once, no doubt to put an end to whatever nefarious deeds Warworld's ruler, Mongol, was planning. Of course, such teases seemingly open the door for both Warworld and Mongol to appear in the Arrowverse. Thus far, Supergirl's otherworldly ventures have taken audiences to Mars, Krypton, and Daxam in flashbacks. Who's to say the warring planet won't one day be explored as well? Which of these Easter eggs would you like to see more of? Share your comments down below. Thanks for watching. Bye.
If you like this video, click the Geek What icon and subscribe.